Meet LaShady and Shemwell. Yes, LaShady. Meet Shady Shemwell down in McKinney, Texas. He's a city councilman down there. When he was running for city council, I guess somebody must have whispered in his ear, if you get elected to this seat, you get a get-out-of-jail-free card forever. Cops can't stop you, let alone arrest you. You can just run around town, do whatever the hell you feel like, and if you break the law, all you got to do is remind the cops that you are a city councilman, you're a black city councilman, and now your turn to get the get-out-of-jail-free card. Yeah, that's what we're going to see here. Not only are we going to see it here, we're going to play 3 more of these videos today. 3 more examples of somebody crying wolf, some black person thinking they were entitled to break the law, and some black person recreating an event in a totally fictitious fashion. Thank God for these body cams.
Police about to release body camera video of the arrest of a city councilman. The video comes hours after claims of racial profiling and political retribution.
Police arrested the councilman during a traffic stop. Our JD Miles broke this story earlier today and is live in McKinney with our top story.
Yeah. Kaylee and Doug, we expect to get that body cam video at any minute. Of course, when we do, we'll bring it to you. This arrest happened around this time yesterday, right here on Highway 5. A McKinney police officer pulled over a city council member who's black and an activist against police brutality. Did either of those impact what happened next?
I turned right on Smith Street to go north.
LaShady and Shemwell says he wasn't speeding when he was stopped for it by McKinney police.
He said he pulled me over because I was going 55 miles per hour.
The 31-year-old McKinney city councilman says the officer didn't know who he was at first.
I made a statement or so like, you know who I am, what is this all about?
Shemwell believes that once the officer discovered who he was, he decided to also ticket him for failing to update his address on his license.
But he asked me before he wrote the citation that, how long have I been there at the new address, and had I been there since my election? So at that point, he knew that I was an elected official.
Shemwell says he refused to sign the citation and was arrested.
He opened my door and took me to jail, at which point he was a little bit rough and tried to twist my arm.
Shemwell is a prominent activist behind marches and rallies that followed several racially charged incidents involving McKinney police. He became only the second black council member in the city's history last year.
It's not a secret that I'm an advocate against police brutality. It's not a secret that the McKinney Police Association endorsed my opponent.
Shemwell believes the 4 officers at the scene could have let the traffic stop end without the mugshot and trip to jail.
None of them came together and said, this is probably not a good idea for city officers to be arresting a city council person for such a violation that we have discretion over. It's just not good for the city.
The councilman wants police to suspend the officer. The department would only release a statement saying Shemwell was asked to sign as a promise to appear before the court. Mr. Shemwell repeatedly refused and was arrested.
And I think that was the intent of the officer all along, was to humiliate and embarrass me.
A McKinney City Council member arrested after he refused to sign his speeding ticket. He claims he was racially profiled. Tonight, McKinney police tell their side of the story with the officer's body camera.
You better call Chief Cunningham. I'm not going to tell you against it. You're not going to tell me again. I'm not going to tell you against it. You are making a really bad decision here.
Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. That McKinney City Councilman was arrested and released after what started as a traffic stop. This video of LaShady and Shemwell being booked after his arrest for refusing to sign a citation. Fox 4's Allison Harris is in McKinney with the officer's body cam video that was just released. Allison.
Clarice, and as you said, that video shows the arrest of McKinney City Councilman LaShady and Shemwell being arrested after a McKinney police officer pulled him over for speeding. Shemwell says the officer told him he was going 55 miles per hour in a 35-mile-an-hour stretch along Highway 5. Shemwell says he drives an old Honda Accord and was at a full stop 2 blocks earlier, so there's no way he could have gotten up to 55 miles per hour. In the video, you hear Shemwell ask the officer if he knows who he is, and he says he'll call the chief of police The officer says he's going to cite him for both speeding and failing to change the address on his license within 30 days. When Shemwell refuses to sign the citation, the police officer arrests him.
Mr. Shemwell, I'm going to give you one more option. One more option or what? You have to sign this or I have to take you to jail today, okay? Take me to jail for what? For your refusal to sign. So that's the law that I have to sign that, Mr. Wilkerson? Yes. Is that the law that I have to sign your pad? So whenever you fail to sign this, I have to take you before the magistrate at the jail. Mr. Wilkerson, I'm going to ask you one more time. That's the law that I have to sign that? That's the McKinney City law? Sir. You better call Chief Cunningham. Step out of the vehicle. You better call Chief Cunningham. I'm not going to tell you again. Step out of the vehicle. You're not going to tell me again? I'm not going to tell you again. Mr. Wilkerson, you are making a really bad decision here. Step out, Scar. Mr. Wilkerson, you are making a really... Don't touch me. Turn around and put your body back. Don't touch me. Mr. Wilkerson, put your head behind the back.
Shemwell says his windows were not tinted and he's black. His dreadlocks were down. Shemwell believes he was racially profiled. That's why he says he did not want to sign the citation. He spoke to media today saying it's no secret that he's a longtime advocate against police brutality, and he was not endorsed by the McKinney Police Association.
The officer wanted to show me who was boss. It didn't matter that I was elected. I was still a black male in the city of McKinney, and he was still a police officer.
Speeding ticket, and it ended in an arrest. But now, tonight, the McKinney councilman at the center of this controversial video speaking publicly, and he says he has no plans to resign. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Doug Dunbar.
And I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. In a video shared tonight, McKinney Councilman SHADY and Shemwell says he is getting death threats and he's maintaining his arrest was racially motivated. Marianne Martinez live in McKinney tonight with this story.
Well, Kaylee, the city councilman says he believes he has been racially profiled before, and he carried those experiences into this latest interaction with the McKinney Police Department. Meanwhile, the McKinney Police Department says he simply refused to sign his speeding ticket, and that's why he was arrested.
You have to sign this or I have to take you to jail today, okay? Take me to jail for what?
McKinney police are letting this video of a May 8th traffic stop speak for itself. They say SHADY Shemwell was speeding. The councilman says he was pulled over because of his skin color. He says he's a known activist and only the second African-American to serve on McKinney City Council.
I was pulled over. I was frustrated. I felt that, I was targeted, that my rights were being violated, because I know for sure that I was not speeding.
You better get Chief Connolly on the phone now and let him know what you're doing. He's not working today. You're in really big trouble, my friend.
In the police video, Shemwell mentions the police chief's name at least 4 times before patrol officers arrest him for refusing to sign the ticket, which is not an admission of guilt, only a promise to appear in court.
For some reason or another, you think that I mentioned the chief and that somehow that was wrong. My mentioning of the chief is because that is the protocol. That is the protocol for McKinney police officers when dealing with elected officials.
I remember when these body cams first came out, a lot of cops that I talked to were a little hesitant about using them. My attitude was like, listen, whoever's lying the most is going to want the body cams the least. And it took a few weeks, took a few months, but now a lot of cops are really happy that these body cams are saving careers. Just like we saw here, just like we're going to see later on today in 3 more videos where black people just totally invent the circumstances of a stop with the police. And it's all part of the greatest lie of our generation, the greatest hoax of our generation, the myth of black victimization. It's such a powerful card to play. It must work. That's why people play it. Because playing the I'm a victim all the time card, well, that's one sure way of not making the black kids angry.